Welcome to third-party Transformer news for Retro Robot Radio for the date of August 1st, 2015. Alright, just a quick show this week. Beelzeboss Studios showed off an upgrade kit they have coming for the Combiner Wars Optimus Prime figure. This is an upgrade kit that makes it more like an IDW Optimus Prime. As you can see here, it replaces the legs, chest, head, and weapons and smokestacks of the figure. And I'm told this set does actually transform with the figure. We haven't had any word on combined mode, but it definitely does form both robot and vehicle mode. Beelzeboss also showed off the long-awaited upgrade kit for Generations Trail Cutter, Trail Breaker, whatever his name is these days with Hasbro. The kit will have replacement hands, replacement head, and projected force fields to make him look a bit more like the IDW version of Trailbreaker. Beelzeboss has a replacement head and chest add-on for a Generations Nightbeat figure that makes it look more like the original Generation 1 figure. And also a set called Iron Lady, which are a set of upgrade weapons for the female Autobots. BMOG showed off this prototype image of their upcoming chain-build Splatterpuss. This is a resin test shot made on the actual molds. They'll be plastic mold injecting later. So it's looking pretty darn good, and I can't wait to see what colors they have it available in. Dr. Wu showed off a prototype of their upcoming Vigorous Mixer figure, who is based on Generations Combiner Wars Mixmaster, meant to replace him with a more Generation 1 looking figure. It looks like it has a bit more articulation, a lot more Generation 1 alt mode, and I'm told that they are working on alternate heads for it, so if you want an IDW accurate faceplate or a Generation 1 toy and animation accurate face with a mouth, you have both options. You can see the comparison of the Combiner Wars and the Dr. Wu versions of the truck in alternate mode. It looks like they use very similar, if not identical, tires as well, which one of the things that some other companies have mentioned is that they are going to be replacing the tires with rubber tires, so if these have the same kind of connector, you should just be able to pop the replacement tires on the Dr. Wu figure instead of the original Combiner Wars one. Dr. Wu also showed up a kit called Startup, which is a jetpack for the Masterpiece Bumblebee figure. Yep, that looks a lot like the one he had in the Dinobot Island episode, I think. I wonder if this jetpack can work on any other figures. That'd be nice. DX9 showed off their Leia figure, who is a Legends class RC figure, which I think is a much more appropriate size class for most Autobot cars. I like to see them in this, the large Legends, which are basically Scouts by today's standards, or by the old standards. So we'll see how that works out, but it looks pretty good. DX9 also showed off the first test shots of their Hulky figure. You can see their versions of Bone Crusher and Scavenger here in their alternate modes. Fans Want It showed off a set of weapons that'll be available as an upgrade for the Age of Extinction Evasion Mode Optimus Prime figure. This is actually 3 different upgrade kits. The first one is the FWI-05 Advanced Weapons Collection, which looks like it has a lot of swords and guns and shields. Guilty showed off their Operation Cassette add-on set for the Fall of Cybertron Soundwave and Blaster figures. These are basically a bunch of little transforming, not spring-loaded pieces of crap, not data discs for the Blaster and Soundwave figure. It's funny they call it Operation Cassette, and yet these are data discs. But hey, whatever. Looks like someone custom painted their Soundwave a little there. Yeah, personally, I still prefer cassettes to data discs. But these look nice. Machine Boy showed off what appear to be colored final images of their upcoming Space Roamer figure. It's a small Voyager-sized Astro Train. And one of the neat things is it actually has a little satellite model after the Autobot Sky Spy that you can have him deploy or capture, depending on how that's going. And he also has a locomotive mode that includes a coal car, which actually seems to be part of the total figure, and will be part of him when he turns into the other modes. I think it helps cover up the jets in from the shuttle mode, which are, as you can see, are behind the train but before the coal car, so you can't see them as easily in this mode. Mastermade showed off its little kind of super deformed version of Trypticon that it's coming out with soon. You know, personally, I really don't have any use for these super deformed figures, and I really wish they put this kind of energy into making a real Trypticon action figure instead of this little super deformed thing. If they just done this to liter or size or so and made the proportions correct, it could have been a really nice figure. But I'll be skipping this one. Also, this will come with a little super deformed Megatron to command him, which is weird because, you know, you don't really see Megatron commanding Trypticon much in the fictions. Also, Planet X showed off their Vulcan figure, which is their replacement for the Generations Fall Cybertron Grimlock figure. As you can see, the Vulcan figure is a lot more beefy version of the Generations Grimlock. Yeah, he eats them up. Play With This 2 showed off the head sculpt as a CAD image for their upcoming Jetstrike figure. Jetstrike is based on Pretender Starscream. They also showed off the first painted prototype images of Boneyard, their figure based on the Pretender Grimlock. As you can see here, it's going to come with alternate heads, fists, weapons, and all sorts of things. Some are based on Pretender Grimlock, some are based on the original Generation 1 Grimlock, some are based on Action Master Grimlock, I think, even. Is that the Action Masters? No, that's the Pretender's weapons. Okay, well, anyway, I'd like to see the Action Master's weapons thrown in there, too. What the heck. And you can see is looking pretty good there. Little close-up there on the alternate head. You can see it actually has little teeth painted into the base of the helmet, which looks really cool. And that's kind of a throwback to Grimlock's appearance back in the War Within comic book. Shadow Fischer showed off what appear to be final color images of their upgrade kit for the Fans Project Colossus upgrade kit for the Energon Bruticus Maximus mold. This makes it even more Generation 1 authentic, with lots of shields and stuff on the chest, better head, better, is that a better head or is that the original Fans Project head? I'm not sure. And a better turret on Brawl. Oh yeah, it does have a better head, chest shield, a bunch of connector parts. So there's lots of stuff to pick from here. If you have the Fans Project Colossus upgrade to the Hasbro Bruticus Maximus, this might be the way to make the figure just about perfect. Spark Toys showed off a prototype image of their upcoming figure based on War Within Optimus Prime. This figure, it's a bit big for my taste. They had some at 9 inches. That makes it about the same size as Masterpiece Grimlock. I kind of like the size of the Hasbro original Titanium. I think it would have been nice if they'd just stuck with that size class and made a better figure. And as you can see here, he also has the alternate mode. Lots of weapons. Still no trailer, unfortunately. And Spark Toys showed off the art that they are also planning on doing a similarly sized War Within Megatron figure. X-Transbots showed off their prototype of their upcoming Cyclonus-inspired figure, right down to the included Target Master partner. And you can see here compared to their Scourge-inspired figure and the X-Transbots Polygon. There you can see a bit of a close-up of detail on the Target Master. X-Transbots also showed off their figure inspired by Generation 1 Beachcomber. This one's a bit of an original take on Beachcomber instead of looking strictly like he did in the animated series. But it is pretty neat, and I like that the seats actually hold the little Masterpiece human figures from the Optimus Prime. Alright, and we have some feedback from last week's episode. Tyler Hurd says that he was looking forward to more Deluxe Insecticons in the Combiner Wars line. I know they did ones for Fall of Cybertron and Legions, though. Ethan Hawk says, I love Alec GatorCon. Seriously, Maki Toys better do an art fire with that Inferno mold. I'll be first in line for pre-order. I agree that I think they should not only have an art fire, but also a hauler from that mold. Stormrider X wrote that I like the Dino King Monstructor and don't mind if the shells are big, but I do hope they have some articulation. I don't want just bricks. Stormrider X writes, my third-party wish list is Deluxe Insecticons. Jewersman Man writes, wow, after the last 2 updates, I see that Fans Project has been busy behind the scenes. It worries me they have so many great designs. I wonder how many will see the light of day and how long it will take. Yep, I have to agree that there was some really good stuff that Fans Project has been hiding. They seem to have learned that it sometimes is better just to have a product ready to go before you display it, because they do have such a long wait time in development. This week's screen capture is of The Robot from the music video Monkey vs. Robot. This week's news brought to you from the pages of tformers.com and TFW2005. News read by Matthew Ignash. Stop by wikialpha.org to read more about third-party Transformers. Check out the Facebook page of the third-party TF Crashers. And then come on by the Retro Robot Radio YouTube channel and subscribe.